its heyday during the 1930s and 40s, Lintianshan was the largest logging operation on the East Coast. It was home to some 2,000 workers and their families. Developed during Japan's half-century rule over the island, the area was then known by its Japanese name, Molisaka, meaning a forest-covered mountain slope. Lintianshan's history echoes the development and growth of Taiwan's forestry industry. At one time, one of the most economically important logging areas on the island, economic diversification and government logging bans eventually led to decline and the abandonment of operations here. In 2002, we put into place plans to rejuvenate the area as the Lintianshan Forestry Cultural Park. We wanted to restore the area to how it looked during the glory days, to preserve this cultural legacy for future generations. Restoration work, already into its 5th year, is now ready to begin restoring multiple buildings at a time. This year, buildings in the former Machinery Repair District are scheduled for restoration. This includes the main machine repair shop, tool-making shop, tool warehouse, electrical substation, blacksmith shop and administrative offices, and a section of railway once used to transport equipment. Throughout the process of restoration, we remain fully sensitive to the original purpose of each of these buildings. The main machine repair shop, for example, was once the spiritual heart of the entire Lintianshan logging complex. This is the machine repair shop. It was from here that supplies were distributed and repairs made to tools and equipment. It was administered by the machinery department. Early into the restoration work, the team invited Mr. Gu Yong-jang, the longest-serving of Lintianshan's machinery department directors, to return and share his memories about how the facility looked so many decades ago. Mr. Gu, now a sprightly 80 years of age, told restoration team members his department had grown to meet expanding operational needs. He once had 30 people working under him, with operations running around the clock. A good understanding of every historical facet of a project is essential to restoration success. The Hualien Forest District Office approached Lintianshan as a historical restoration project. Restoring structures is far more difficult than creating replicas, demanding much larger commitments of funds and time. Disassembling buildings in preparation for restoration, for example, is an intensely complicated but absolutely necessary process. A disassembly investigation requires the removal and analysis of every piece of wood in a building, even those in places hidden from sight. Each piece is labeled with a description of its original position, a serial number, and color-coded health status marker. White means a piece can be reused as is. Yellow indicates repairs are needed before reuse, and red means a piece is damaged beyond repair. Only after everything is labeled will we have a true picture of the work still ahead. Restoration work has now entered the treatment stage. Wood found in good condition will be used in restoration work. Epoxy resins and wood strips can be applied in some instances to repair and strengthen some of the damaged pieces. Pieces like this, however, are beyond repair and will be replaced by carefully made copies. Left to the ravages of time and the elements since the late 1940s, an array of technical challenges faced restoration team members. To help ensure high standards were maintained during all restoration phases, experienced craftsmen certified by the government were invited to join the project. No nails are being used in the restoration. Everything is being connected with tight-fitting joints and wooden pegs. If something doesn't fit right, things could collapse during an earthquake. Brick wall foundations are also scrutinized, and machinery still on site is being cleaned and restored. Treating materials against rot and decay is one of the last steps to be finished before a structure is rebuilt. Restoring Lintianshan is more than just repairing buildings. Care must be made to ensure they will last for decades to come. The Hualien Forest District Office carefully follows cultural heritage preservation regulations in using modern technologies and techniques when necessary during restorations of historic buildings. Yan Rende, Forestry Bureau Director General, is a frequent visitor at Lintianshan, checking on progress and discussing project details. Professor Zaima of Tokyo Zoke University and architect Nagai Setsuko visited Taiwan in support of the Lintianshan restoration, publishing an article in a wood construction journal that praised Hualien Forest District Office efforts to restore the logging complex. You can all see for yourselves, we've brought a piece of history back to life in a very short period, honoring the efforts of our forebears and preserving this part of our heritage for future generations. It's my sincere hope that the opening of this site, in coordination with neighboring communities, will be an engine of cultural and economic growth for Wanrong Township and the entire area. Beginning in 2002, the Hualien Forest District Office began restoration work on historic buildings within the Lintianshan Forestry Cultural Park. The restored Wood Sculpture Exhibition Hall 1 earned a Council of Agriculture Outstanding Engineering Award in 2005, evidence of the office's efforts to preserve Taiwan's historical structures and culture. From June 2007 to spring 2008, the restoration project of more than half a year was finally completed. Great work! This is how it looked. Very nice. I'm impressed. It's beautiful.